Today I'm going to be turning this chaotic, overgrown garden space that I call my apple garden space into a pollinator's haven. Basically all it is blackberries, bushes, probably some weeds, as well as a nut tree. Now I will be utilizing this trellis bench over here. I will be adding some black lace elderberry, Agastache, Veronica, Yarrow, Echinacea, as well as some lavender, and probably some other beautiful pollinating plants. Now to remove these blackberries, because they have a lot of stickers, if you know blackberries at all, they're very vicious. So I am double layering my gloves so that I am well protected. I'm also wearing my glasses because you should use eye protection when you're dealing with blackberries. Right now, because we are in fall, it is becoming more shaded, but this area gets good morning sun and good afternoon sun. So it requires sun-loving plants. So the plants that I'll be planting, which I will talk in detail at the end, all require full sun, they're drought tolerant, and they're low maintenance. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, so enjoy the music as I work away. So if you've been following me for some time now, you know that I hang out with my ladies and always have in my Portland home. Oh my gosh, my glasses are all dirty. But since I moved on to this 5 acres, since they've had their chicken mansion over there, they have not actually participated in my gardening, but I could use some help. So hopefully they're not going to be in the way, because I just have a little bit more to go. For the most part, I've got quite a bit cleared out here. And once I'm done with that, hopefully you can see me still, then I'm gonna call it a night. And I'll just pick this up in the morning. Okay, back to work. Okay, ladies. Okay, help me out. You find anything? Excuse me, lady. I gotta hurry. Let's go. Come on. Come here. Treat time. Right here. Okay. There you go. Good night. Thank you for all your help.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt.
Okay, so I went to the nursery yesterday because I had to fix my glasses. So while I was in the nearby nursery, one of my favorite, which is the Cornell Farms. I ended up finding another Veronica. I also ended up finding an English lavender. So I'm going to switch the small lavender out for the larger lavender and then plant this one. This is much smaller, but it doesn't matter because next year this is going to get much larger. And then I'll add the other lavender probably out in this area here. I think I have one more lavender that I can place over in this area too, if I don't end up switching those over here. But anyway, that's what I'm doing right now, and then I'm going to end this. Because this is very root bound, I'm going to show you what I do. So with your nozzle, if you place it in the jet setting, it'll be almost like a pressure washer. And so you just want to really spray this. And if you do it over the hole, then you're adding water to the hole. So that'll help show you if you're getting good, well-drained soil or not. And if you're not, then you want to add probably some soil conditioner in there. But this will loosen them up. And then it'll help them get more established a little bit faster because they don't have to work as hard. It up, and you can see how loose that is. And since this water is not draining very well, I'm going to put some soil conditioner in it. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to be using some soil conditioner which has kelp and feather, and what else does it have? Worm casting in it. It has some really good amendments that'll help break down all this. It also has a little bit of perlite for drainage. So that's what I'm going to be adding. Don't need a lot, just need enough. And that's going to help it with not only helping with rooting, but it's also going to help with the drainage. Now she's small, she's going to be hidden a little bit, but that's okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of fish fertilizer in here to help establish my plants. Typically that's the thing that I use. I also use kelp meal and I also use bone meal over the summer months sometimes. But for the most part, I use fish fertilizer, and it works like magic for me, and always has. Now, I'm not advocating for you to use fish fertilizer, but it works for me above anything else that I've tried. And I don't have my shovel with me, so I'm just going to pick it up with this. That should be about right. Okay, so here's the finished product. There's still room to grow in this garden space, but I'm so glad that I swapped out plants. I'm glad that I changed things a little bit differently here, because this is going to make a big impact next season, and that is what I'm looking for in this garden space. This side here will grow in abundance. It'll grow very tall in the background, and then hide this fence also a little bit. So it'll give it a little bit more closure into the backyard and a little bit more of a personality. So let me show you what I've done. So right here where I'm at, there is absolutely nothing. I left this area really bare because the purple fountain grass here is going to get about 2 to 4 feet tall and wide. And so it's going to fill in this spot really beautifully. The black lace elderberry is going to get anywhere from 6 to 10 feet tall. But here's the thing about black lace elderberry. You could literally prune this down to 1 foot above the ground, and it will grow its foliage back out. So this is really a great plant for even small garden spaces. I had one in Portland. My garden space was much smaller than this backyard is, and it did fantastic. And I pruned it in the fall and kept it nice and tidy around the little space that I had, and it did beautiful. So I love Black Lace Elderberry for so many reasons, but that is one of the reasons why I like it. Plus, it's a very great pollinator plant. It brings in butterflies, bees, and all sorts of great pollinators. Plus, the flowers on them are about probably 6 inches wide in diameter, and they're absolutely to die for. In the front here, I did 3 Veronicas, Skyward blue. This will also spread out a little bit more, and it will seed out and continue to grow. I did 3 Agastaches in front of it. This brings it some really whimsical cottage feel, and I just absolutely love them. These all come in different colors, but I think the pink against this kind of skyward blue is going to look really, really beautiful. And what I like about this color is that it goes from a soft pink to kind of blue hues to this darker pink. Then right in front, I had them over there, and I put them back over here because it'll balance it from the other side. This will grow. This is creeping phlox, and it's going to be really beautiful dark pink color, and it's just going to be gorgeous here. There might be a little bit of the candy stripe creeping phlox in here too. I think that's going to fill in beautifully. This spot here I did nothing with. It gives me potential to plant something next year. Then I added a couple of English lavender lavendulas right here, because these ones will only get probably about 12 inches in width, and so these will balance the other side over here. And then I have a sensational yarrow over here, and this is going to get much taller and just look really beautiful. Then right over here I added 3 flagstones. Now this was not part of the original plan, but for now this flagstone just leads your eye up to this trellis. I absolutely love this trellis. I will later on next season be adding a seed in here, adding a clematis on the side, and painting it. Not in that same order, but it will be done a little bit different, where this will be a little bit brighter, a little bit cleaner, and we'll find out about the flagstone. Right over to my right, I added a St. Francis because I thought this was so much prettier, and it just represents what this garden space is, which is a pollinator's haven. And this represents that very well. This is now in place of the Buddha. Over here, I added 2 sandias. I have 2 red kismans over here, these 2. And then I have 1 fragrant angel, and it's a white echinacea coneflower. I will be adding more white to this garden space. Then right over here, I added 4 stems of the autumn joy. These stems actually broke off from another garden plant, and so I decided to plant them here. This will bring some good summer interest as well as winter interest. I will be moving these at a later time, but for now I thought they were just beautiful and I needed to plant them, so here they are. Just for added personality, I added a metal flower, and I added my rooster. Then right over here, I added my bishop dahlia. The bishop dahlia is red with yellow in the center, and it just really is going to go really, really well with all the coneflowers here. Right over here, I added 4 creeping phlox. That's going to just make this area look really beautiful with some really nice pink flowers. That's going to balance the other side of the creeping phlox in the other side. Then I have a phenomenal lavender that I swapped out for that smaller one. And this again, it's going to get very wide. And so this is going to make a huge impact next year. What's really nice about this garden space is that every plant here, with the exception of the dahlia, is all drought tolerant, all deer resistant. That's not to say that deer will not eat these plants. If they're hungry, they're going to nibble. But we'll see how many deer jump over the fence with having the trellis there or not. All in all, I absolutely love the outcome of this garden space. A little work turned out to be a beautiful garden space, and I'm really happy with it. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will give me a big thumbs up for this. Share it with your friends and family, and most of all, thank you so much for watching. I love you. I'll see you guys on the next project.